family. It's Pull Counter Boxing, where every day is about boxing. Please tune in and subscribe so we can get you locked in. So, Keith Thurman trying to get a fight with any and everybody in the division. Once upon a time, Keith Thurman was the number one welterweight at 147. He had the WBC and he had the WBA belt, where he defeated he defeated Danny Garcia and he defeated Sean Porter for the belts. Those were some good fights, and he showed his dominance over the division at that time. But since then, Keith Thurman has taken a lot of time off. It took him 2 years to get back to the ring, and due to injuries. And some of those injuries are in question because they looked into the accident where Keith Thurman said he had, and the local authorities said there was no accident. So that caused a big stir and question Keith Thurman, truthfulness of taking time off. He went and got married, enjoying a good life after he made a few million, but he had both the belts. So it kind of held up the welterweight division. Now Keith Thurman is asking Errol Spence for a fight after he got stripped of the WBC. He went and fought Manny Pacquiao, and thinking that Manny Pacquiao would be an easy win, and due to his inactivity over those 2 years, it made him susceptible to a loss. And Manny Pacquiao took advantage of that and beat Keith Thurman in a close split decision. And that left Keith Thurman without any leverage or any bargaining chips to bargain with to get more fights or to be on top. So now he's, asking for Errol Spence. Now, Keith Thurman, he ran away from Errol Spence. He would never give Errol Spence an opportunity when he was coming up through the ranks those 2 years or years before, where he had the belt. He would always tell Errol Spence, you gotta fight somebody. You gotta get your name up. And, he would tell him all these things. And Errol Spence was just, going about his fighting without having the opportunity at the guys at the top. And, of course, people were holding that against Errol Spence Jr., saying he ain't fighting nobody. But, somebody got to give you an opportunity, kind of much like the situation Jerome Boots Ennis is in. So when Kell Brook finally gave Errol Spence a chance, he won the IBF. And, of course, we know the rest of the story. He went on to fight Sean Porter, beat him for the WBC belt. And right now, he has 2 titles, those 2 titles. And now everybody in the division wants a piece of Errol Spence Jr., including Keith Thurman, now that he's without any belts. So Errol is, kind of, giving him some of the same medicine that he was giving him, and it's not looking good because Errol Spence do not want to give Keith Thurman an opportunity, to get back in the game. And, that's petty, but it's understandable. And I'm not supporting this because I do want to see that fight really bad. I think that would be an awesome fight. But because Keith stays inactive, we saw him come back against Josecito Lopez in that fight. And in that fight, man, Josecito Lopez almost, knocked Keith Thurman out. And that was just, it was unbelievable to see him struggling with Josecito Lopez. And he had to move at first. Early in the fight, Keith was showing signs of his old self. He was landing the hard blows, but then, he got backed up on the ropes, and Josecito Lopez lowered the boom on him and hit him with a couple of, nice shots that almost put him out of there. And, Keith held on and used his legs for the rest of the fight. So, looking at Keith Thurman right now, he's not the same fighter. And, even when he fought Pacquiao, even though he came back strong in the second half, Pacquiao knocked him down, hurt him with a body blow in the 10th round. And the blueprint on Keith Thurman is known in boxing, that his body is his Achilles heel. And Errol Spence is a beast when it comes to going to the body. And some of the other top welterweights like Terrence Crawford and Boots Ennis and Virgil Ortiz, they're definitely going to, focus on that body. And that's what Keith Thurman is starting to look like. He's starting to look like food for the young lions. And I'm sure Keith Thurman don't want to face the young lions and Virgil Ortiz and Jerome Boots Ennis and this other guy, Connor Ben, who's is the Doc Destroyer's son, Nigel Ben. That would be a wild fight. But looking to the fight between Errol Spence and Keith Thurman, I don't think that fight is going to manifest unless Errol really needs an opponent, like really bad, and I think he has more options than Keith Thurman. Or I just think Errol Spence wants Keith Thurman to sweat it out. I don't think EJ is the type of fighter that is not going to try to clean out the 147 division, because I think for him it's still about traditional being the best, and that's something that is lost in this generation of fighters. They don't seem to care about legacy as much as they care about saving a zero on their record, a loss or something like that. And Keith Thurman is just going to have to either fight the young lions in Virgil Ortiz and Jerron Boots Ennis, or he's just going to have to wait. He's just going to have to wait and see if he can get an opportunity at the belts, because right now Errol Spence is focusing on the fight with Ugas, Udenis Ugas, and I'm pretty sure that is a locked-in fight. So he's concentrating on getting 3 of the belts. He wants to become undisputed, Errol Spence Jr. But Keith Thurman, he's trying to make moves. He tried to get the fight with Ugas to see if he could get that belt so he can stand off against Errol Spence Jr. It's going to be interesting to watch, to see if Keith Thurman can somehow get in the mix. But we got to wait and see. Meanwhile, he can fight Sean Porter again, and I would be interested to see that. I don't know about a lot of other boxing fans, but if you watch those fights, those was pretty entertaining fights, and they're really evenly matched. But I don't even think Keith Thurman can deal with Sean Porter at this point in time, because of the inactivity, and he's not looking like the one-time Keith Thurman that we all knew. And so we're going to have to wait and see what the future holds for Keith Thurman. And it's Bull Kind of Boxing. And that's all I got. Please subscribe. Get locked in. Love boxing. I would love to hear from you guys. Comment. Tell me what you think about Keith Thurman, and what you think what fight you think he's going to get. Comment below. Thank you.